here we are, my Chatterbox friends, Mr. Producer, Nicki's waiting, and I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. I saw some new people here, so if you don't know what Craft Roulette is, and let me tell you, it takes me, I don't know how many seconds, but let's time it. No, I don't want to time it. But it is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every week. But we always have a seat waiting for you, and we're glad that you're here. Glad that you guys are here. Glad that you're catching up before the show. It's always wonderful. Did you enjoy the slideshow? Of course you enjoyed the slideshow. How many different ways did we do such interesting things? Pockets, ool, you did it all. I think you guys did a beautiful job this week. We are going to celebrate some of our achievers later in the show, so stick around if you were a first timer, or you think you hit a major milestone, or if you're a leading lady. We are going to show your cards with a little extra special treatment. So thank you so much. What else? Oh, we have 7 videos already this week too. So if you are looking in the mood for watching a video on last week's show, these are made by our viewers, and anybody can do it. You can just do a process video based on an episode. It doesn't even have to be the current one. And we will review it, and if it fits the community standards and all that jazz, we will publish it. Yes, it's cool. It's cool. We have the best, I was thinking about this earlier. We have the best Chatterbox and viewers and friends in the world. And I was thinking, well, I know everybody thinks that. And then I thought, when my kids were little, I used to say they are the cutest kids ever born, ever. And then
She was right, though.
And then I think, but everybody thinks that. And I'd think, they're wrong. My kids are the cutest. You guys are the best. Let's just go with that. Okay? That is the voice of Mr. Producer, who actually ends up also being my son. So, yes, he knows well how he was. He was a cute little boy. Cute little precocious, busy little boy. Anyway, if you don't mind giving us a thumbs up and sharing this video with your friends, we'd appreciate it. Some of us call it a Vinny, and we love our Vinnies around here. We also have some wonderful giveaways planned for the people that send in a card last week. We have spin sponsors who work on that mechanism for us. And this month, we have a Colorful Life Design. They have fantastic products. I've enjoyed their stencils a lot. They're very good. We have Artful Angel, and Kairos will be here next week. And we'll learn more about that. I know everybody likes to go shopping. You're getting a $25 gift certificate for these things. And Stamp Anything, another great company with lots of temptation. It's good though, right? We love this stuff. And Your Paper Insider, who released an incredible paper just today. They do have a box waiting for one of those card makers if the circle lands on their name later. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. We thank them very much. This episode is not being sponsored by any of those companies or any other company for that matter. We have wonderful patrons to thank. They keep us going. They keep us here every Friday night and also every Tuesday night. There is so much going on over on the patron site. We're cooking up a whole bunch of new stuff. Next week, I think you're going to get some more new stuff that I think you're going to love. But couple things. One thing is, happy birthday, Carmen Broxma. So nice that it's your birthday today. She was our co-host on our new show, The Patron Show. And she was our co-host this week, and she said, oh, Friday's my birthday. So happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. I got a new tool from our patrons today for the studio. You may be wondering, is it a Gemini Junior? No. Is it one of those glue press things? No. Well, maybe it's a foiler. No. I got a NAS. A NAS, you might be saying. What in the heck is a NAS? A NAS is a really nice little storage box for hard drives so that we can back up all of our programs all of our videos, and that's the kind of tools we get for the studio. So I'm still hand cranking, and I'm not foiling. I'm not doing any of that stuff, but I got backup, and I'm good with that. So thank you, patrons, for your generosity for getting our NAS taken care of. Do want to welcome 9 new patrons this week: Joy Wilson, Carrie Rhodes, Moira Schultz, Terry Jones, Lauren, Deb Millsaps, Bridget Mann, who has jumped right in as a real active player in the group, June Villegas, and Connie. Welcome to our patron group. There is a lot going on. Mr. Producer is moving most of our content from the patron blog over to the Craft Roulette patron area on our website, craftroulette.live. And there is a lot. We have up to 141 people in our card exchange, for instance. And we have our new show. And there's going to be a whole new thing going on next week. So stay tuned, patrons. Oh, yeah. One of the neat things that he's done is a video library. One of the things on our patron blog that we didn't like and we don't like on the Facebook is that you do a video and it just gets buried and you never can find it again, and you don't even go look for it because you don't remember it. So he made this beautiful library of all of our videos, and so you can search names and topics and different things like that. And it's all very easy to find.
And those are exclusive patron videos. We have 3 different levels of videos, including educational content, scrapbooking, and I even make a card.
Yes, he did. He made a card. And it's cute, too. And he didn't ask for any help. So, that's all good. Mr. Mike, how you doing tonight? He is the man of all words and the man of no words. He is a great listener, though. I didn't change his clothes except take off his sweater today. It was a little warmer than last week, so I just took off his pretty sweater from Marianne Hill. Is there anything else? Oh, our merch. We do have a stamp set for those pesky little parameters that give you everybody so much trouble. And there is something else coming out soon. I won't say another word. But we do have our own stamp set, and we also have lovely togs to wear. Get yourself a nice little hoodie for fall, because you will be cool that way. Or you won't be as cool because you'll be warm because they're cozy. Okay, that's enough. From Tennessee, we would love to have you all give a warm welcome to first-time guest, Nicki Baxley.
Hello. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have you. We are. I have enjoyed getting to know Nicki. She is thorough. So tonight, she will if she asks me questions, I won't be surprised at all. She's super thorough. She's super smart. And I don't know. If I had to juggle or rate, are you nicer than smart? I don't know. You'd be like, it'd be inches apart.
Well, thank you.
You're both very well. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your craft journey.
Sure. So I started this back in the pandemic. I have been scrapbooking and card making for as long as I can remember, cross stitching before that, even as a child. And so I've always loved crafts, but during the pandemic, I was given the opportunity to stay at home and homeschool some kids, and decided that would be a good time to start doing that. So I left the medical field and I started working on my YouTube channel. And I've really enjoyed it. I've got to meet such great people out in the community. I'm seeing lots of names in the chat of people that are here and they are supporting me, and I appreciate that so much. It really makes a difference. So, and I just love card making. I've got a couple boys, and they're growing up, but I've got boys, and I just do a lot of cards for some different companies, and have a lot of fun.
And do you think your boys are the cutest boys that ever walked the earth?
Of course I do. Of course.
Yeah, it's so true. Isn't that funny?
I mean,
because yours aren't.
I'm sure they're very nice.
I'm sure they're wonderful.
I know. So I know anybody else who's got their own kiddos doesn't think the same. I'm sure.
Do you still homeschool?
So no, I do not. We did that just during the pandemic, and the kids are back in school, which gives me a little bit more time for this crazy YouTube card making journey. But
Mm-hmm.
no, so I don't no. And they're getting bigger. I've got one who's about to start driving.
Oh, jeepers.
I
That's a
know.
whole nother set of interesting
Yeah,
things in a life. Yeah.
yes, it's
Ooh.
very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to take them out driving in the back streets and stuff, and
Mhm.
make it like a arcade game. Oh, pedestrian on the right, don't hit it, or you'll have to start over. But
Yes.
yeah, well,
Yes.
good for you. All the
Mhm.
best to you. Before we get any
Yeah.
farther, you wanted to make sure that we know the name of your socials is not Nicki Baxley.
Right. It is Nikki Hearts Cards, and I do spell my name a little different, so make sure you
Yeah.
notice that. But I'd love to see all of you guys out there.
Yeah, go and there's a link in the description
Okay.
or in the title,
Mhm.
and you can go ahead and just click on that and go subscribe. So you can get that out of the way, give her a recent video so that you can get those things starting to come into your feed as well. Because you do nice videos.
Thank you. Thank you. I try
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I think you do. So what would you say your main approach to a video is for someone who is
I
looking
mean,
for something?
I'm always doing more tutorials than anything else. Occasionally, I'll go live and do some things, but I'm still kind of getting the equipment and figuring out the going live on my own. But most of the time, it's a tutorial. And my approach, I used to work as a nurse practitioner and explain things to people. So my approach is to try to break it down as simply as possible so that everybody can understand, and that even if it seems like, I feel like I tend to put a lot of things on my card and probably make them look super complicated, but I try to break it down in the video. You don't have to do everything that I do, but I'm going to teach you how I did it. So,
Yeah, that's a great way to
mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
And, Nikki was a little bit nervous about being on the show, but she told me during the tech call that she has delivered 3 babies on her own without a doctor there because somebody didn't show up. So I don't think this is going to be nearly as difficult as bringing a life into the world. I think you got this handled.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just delighted to have you on, and thank you so much.
thank
Um,
you.
you had a question for me?
Yeah. What is craft roulette?
You did that very well. You did. We're off
Thank
to
you.
having a good night with Nikki. Stay tuned
Yes.
after we do the What is Craft Roulette. We've got some more show for you. We'll be right back. Well done, guys.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Yep. Last week was fun. It was. It was when we had a great guest. We had an artathon for the 10th time, and we had a moment. We always have a moment where we go, I got nothing. There's no way to do these 4 parameters together. Sure, I can do 3, but 4th one, forget it. But, that moment just passes once we start thinking about it and discovering some ways to take those parameters and work them together. So that was episode 185. We had 341 contributions. That was just last week. Look at all the pins drop in from all the places we got them. Again, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, I do not see Antarctica on this map yet. So if you do know anybody in Antarctica, we're still waiting. Ola Chris in South America. She's beekeeper. She sent me a picture. Anyway, we're up to 23,000 plus cards over the time that we have been accepting cards, which was started on episode 2. So there's my card. There's Cool Mary. She rhymes with ool. Absolutely. She was in an acetate pocket, fresh and clean colors, and her columns are hidden behind on the paper, behind the tag that pulls out. Anyway, that's my card. I thought it was kind of fun. There's Ardith's card, completely different than mine, but very much on brand for Ardith. She had a little gift card pocket in the back, super fresh and clean. I almost get a chill when I look at that card. And her rhymes with ool was also cool. And she showed it in the colors, and she did the inking with the color, or the columns. There's a lot of good stuff over on craftroulette.live if you are interested in seeing 341 cards using those same 4 parameters. There will not be 2 cards that are alike. It is always just a fantastic stroll down a gallery. Well done. But right now we're going to celebrate some of our main achievers this week. Besides the fact that you got something done and sent in, I think that's pretty good too some weeks. Good heavens. But we are going to welcome our first timers, say rah to our major milestone achievers, say harump, well done leading ladies. And I think we don't have any mug clubbers or Club 52 members this week. So let's bring Nicki back on so she can enjoy this with us. There she is. Okay. Well, welcome first timer Nicki, and welcome first timers to our card contributors. Watch for how they all use these parameters differently. Frida from Colorado. That's pretty.
Nice.
Pauline from California. Completely different with a funny. Is that a golden doodle? Jeanette from Illinois. A shirt pocket. Lauren from Florida. Rhymes with ool, tool.
Yep.
Christine from Australia. Some more tools. Elizabeth from Maryland. You can see her columns really well. I was going to figure out how to say this, and I'm so sorry, Miss Denmark. Miss or Mr. Denmark. Welcome. Anna from Nebraska. Lots of snowmen. Wanda from Colombia.
That's a cool pocket.
Mm-hmm. Gems Craft from New Zealand. Rhymes with Ul. Marlana Risley, Ohio. Cute little stamp. Claudia from Germany. Very cool. Maria from Georgia.
That's a good one. I like that.
It is so cute. Nance from North Carolina. A pocket full of ghosts.
How
Congratulations.
cute.
We're so glad you're here. And let's congratulate our major milestone achievers with 25 cards. Andrea, welcome. Or not welcome, but congratulations. I met her last Saturday. It was fun. Barbara from Ohio.
Nice.
Suze or Susie, I'm not sure, from New Zealand. Sue Small Crider from Florida. She makes fantastic things.
Apron.
Karen, craft pockets in a craft tool belt. I thought that was so clever.
That's cute.
Yawakta from Nigeria. 25 already? Kim from Texas. My favorite. Catherine from Washington, 125 consecutive cards. Brenda Gentry, 125 consecutive cards. Teresa Parmenter, 125 consecutive cards. That's a lot of cards.
Amazing. That is a lot of
Kathy
cards.
Herring, 150 consecutive cards. And our leaders. You want to hear some big numbers? Get ready. These ladies are amazing. Smurf Murphy has sent in 146 cards. I like how you got the paperclip in there. Her twin Jackie Muller from Australia has also sent in 146 cards. Kathy Herring, another hurrah for you. 5K, now 6K Lamone has sent in 152 cards. It's really, really cute. Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 163 cards. This was on... No, it wasn't. Patty Beck is our leading lady with 180 cards in a row. She hasn't missed a week. So she started on episode 5 and has not missed a week. Well That's done, amazing. You all. So glad to meet you. So glad to have you come back week after week. We appreciate every bit of your efforts and your inspiration. You guys are good. Real, real good. Isn't that something?
It's amazing.
It is.
I'm impressed with how many cards they make.
180 weeks of any hobby.
I know. That's
in
just
a row.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's some dedication.
I haven't even gone to the grocery store that many weeks in a row. And I only do my laundry every other week, so I haven't even done my laundry every week for 180 weeks in a row. They are inspirational. Sure. We love them so much. It's nice group, and I think it's neat that they have stuck to it and enjoyed it. So I hope they've enjoyed it. I may be speaking out of turn, but I think they have.
I think they would have to enjoy it to do it that many weeks in a row.
I think so. Well, we'll see if they enjoy the parameters we get tonight, because now it's time to bring on the parameters and start thinking about what's next.
Okay.
Yeah, there they are. Project Colors, Element, and Random. We will be spinning for one in each and every column. But first, we're going to talk about vetoes. A veto means that if the wheel lands on a vetoed number, we will spin again. You can use the vetoed parameter if you want to, and it fits in the parameters that we do get. But the wheel cannot make us do them. These vetoes are from our patrons, and they said for color, no thank you to condiments. They are very consistent on this. They do not like number 14. They don't like it. For element, this one had some interesting conversation. Yards, they don't even know what I mean. So number 16, yards, is out for the week. And for random, are you ready? 1%, one person could have changed this little random here, but they don't want something from your floor. Number 14. So I had something on my floor. I picked it up and put it away. But anyway, I'm ready. So, Nicki, this is the time you get to choose a veto if you'd like.
Okay. I think that I'm going to veto add a cat, mainly because I don't think I have any cat items to use.
That's a good veto then. You are a dog person.
Yes.
Yeah. And she said that her sister's a vet and loves Aussies and adopts old Aussies like our Fergie. So anyway, then also we'd love to know what you are thinking on where you would put your chips on the roulette wheel.
Okay, so if I had my ideal card, what I would love, so this would be my ideal. It would be a dude's card. I love making masculine cards. I put band, which I'm assuming is a band around it, and I put geometric, just because that's great for a dude's card.
Yeah, geometric. Oh, you got them really fast. You got them faster than I did. What was the color one again?
I didn't pick a color. I just assumed that any colors would be fine. I just picked band. I was like, well, you can turn most everything into a masculine card. So
this is absolutely true, but so you still don't want to. Yeah. You're just like.
If I picked, I would pick forest.
You can do in forest number 1.
I love some
Yeah.
greens and blues.
I like it. Yeah, see, now bands, I had a different thought on bands. So that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what you get. Maybe you'll get, we haven't had a guest get what they wanted in a long time. 2 weeks ago? That seems like a long time to me. Well, let's give this guy a warm up. Was it just, it was before the World Card Making Day, and my life has not been the same since. For project, it's everything before World Card Making Day seems like a long time ago. Number 7. Oh, you got it! A dude's
What?
card!
Did I really? Oh, wow.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Oh, we got
yay,
confetti! You got confetti!
helps
That's
me.
fun.
That's how I know it happened recently, because I added the confetti for this situation.
Oh, good. I like it.
Nice.
We're into confetti around here. Really big. 4 colors. Will you get forest colors? Not looking like it. Number 12. Library. Library. That was on the list that you could veto, I think. And for element, but it didn't win. No, she didn't get confetti. She got confetti. Well, we all got confetti. Number 2, large flowers. Large flowers on a dude's card. Ooh, okay. And for random, you may have to wear a stretchy pants this time. We'll be fine. Number 13. You got your veto.
Oh, does that mean?
That means we're going to
Okay.
spin again.
Okay, good. I was like, please don't think I
Man.
need to do the cat. A cat
You-
and a large flower would be rough.
You are living right. Number 7, stitches. We're going to have to do something with stitches. That's okay. The large flower and dude's card art is probably the strangest combination for this one, but I think we're going to be fine. Let's talk it out. This is going to be art projects. We consider this an art project. We're not going to teach you how to do anything this time or here. We don't particularly sell anything, but we consider this your art project. Now, when you think about art, there's the very literal art, which should be like HEY Google, what's a dude's card? Or something along those lines. HEY Google, what are library colors? To the very highly interpreted art forms where a dude's card, who knows? I can't even fathom what that's going to be. Or a dude's card with large flowers. I do have an idea right off. But anyway, that's kind of what we just want to make sure that you realize all those things as we start talking about these parameters. Now, the cards that we're going to make tonight are going to have all 4 of those parameters fitted in somehow. Some, hopefully not too painfully, but hopefully we can get that in. So, all right, a dude's card. It doesn't mean that it has to be a dude. It doesn't have to be to a dude. It can be something that you feel is duty. It's like something a dude might like. Maybe you have a dude in your life that has a garden. Maybe they like gardens, and you could put an aspect of that garden into a dude's card. You can also don't have to make it the full focal point. You can bring it in very, very carefully and very sneakily. So a dude's card. So you asked for that. Generally, when I think of a dude's card, I just think of birthday cards because I don't really send gentlemen cards except for birthdays. So is that kind of what you were thinking, or?
I like making cards that are that can kind of fit all different occasions. So I definitely have made some cards that say, "Hey, dude," and then the inside can say "Happy birthday" or "What's up" or whatever.
That's a good point. You could just say, "Hey, dude" on it.
I definitely have made some happy birthday ones. I like to make the font look masculine. So maybe we'll have a masculine font over some flowers.
Yeah.
We'll
Flowers
see
in
how
a
that-
beer mug. I like that idea.
Oh man, Anita.
Flowers in a beer mug.
There.
There's not enough
And
of
then-
those.
Yeah, and then stitches.
Well, let's go over to
Think about that.
library. You were pretty confident you could use library colors
Hmm.
pretty
Oh
easily.
yeah,
Now,
I think library. Yeah. Hmm.
there are
When I think of
two
a
different
library,
parts of a library. Yeah.
right. When I think of it, I think of like this wooden
Mm-hmm.
place with colorful books. And I really do think of those colors as more masculine, like some reds, some blues, some
Mm-hmm.
greens, some
Like those
yellows.
dark leather books and
Hmm.
dark greens and
I
kind
do
of,
love
but
it.
you could also have
Yeah.
children's areas in a library.
Yes, true.
And
True.
in the children's area that would be very bright. So the
Kendra
Hmm.
is listing some masculine flowers according to the internet in the chat that are. It's an
Oh,
interesting idea.
I was thinking
interesting.
sunflowers was my first thought.
I thought maybe my original thought, and I think Kathy said something too. Oh, I just saw that she said Santa is a dude. That's a good thing. You could do a Santa.
That's a
Um,
good
but
point.
just my original
Elves are
thought was like,
dudes.
do I just emboss like a dark background with flowers? Sometimes you don't even notice what that embossing is.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
it's just kind of adds to the card, and then you've got a focal point.
Well, you could also
Um,
have Santa with a flower in his lapel, or it could be a large flower that's small, or you could have
yeah.
Santa. Some of those beach picture Santas, he could have on like a Hawaiian shirt with large flower print. So you could
Mm,
put those two together. I really like
okay.
somebody brought in Santa Claus because not all there's little dudes clear up to really old dudes. And
Hmm.
so there's some really cute stamps with like old grandpa type funny cards. So those might be
Hmm.
fun to have too. You may
Yeah.
need to draw in a flower or use just the like you said, that's a really good idea with an embossing folder that you wouldn't necessarily see or be prominent, but you would know it was there.
Right.
And
Exactly.
that satisfies
Yeah.
Mr. Wheel. Mr. Wheel is a dude. So,
Yes.
large flowers could be a large flower that's small, or
Okay.
it could be even a small flower that's enlarged. So there's not going to be any one thing that you have to think about. You can just figure out which flower you want and arrange it to arrange a flower to
Hmm.
work. But you could also have a flower in a cluster if you had something to do with them that you wanted to do your masculine card, and then you wanted just a
Hmm.
little corner of things, and you could stick a flower in there that was a little bit sneaky, or maybe even some flower brads or eyelets. All those kind of things could all be
Okay.
fitted in a card. It doesn't have to be the prominent thing. You can be
Okay.
sneaky. Or you could have
Okay.
a big flower with a guy coming out, a dude hiding behind it. Or,
Maybe
Hmm.
mask.
mat over
So
something,
yeah,
mask over it. Yeah, and then
I thought
stitches. I'm sorry.
about
Yeah.
two, and if you did it, yeah, you could stitch the middle possibly. I wonder if I could poke through the middle and stitch like the center of a flower
Oh,
potentially.
wow. Yeah.
Um,
Or you can do faux
could do
stitching
something like that.
around the edge or some
Oh,
lines of faux stitching. You could do some abstract. If you wanted to bring in some abstract, like you were talking, you could have squares and you could just do some faux stitching around it. And
okay.
something like that would work too.
Do you think stitching would also be just like adding some type of twine or some thread, or is it more like we need to make it look like stitches?
Well, what do you think?
Hmm. I don't know. I love using metallic thread, so I was like, hmm.
Neat.
And sometimes I just wrap it around the card, but I was like, that's not technically stitching. I
Well,
guess we could see what the
sometimes,
chat says.
yeah. And there's what was I going to say? I don't know.
Well, I can say that our usual rule is if you can justify it, you can use it.
Okay.
There have been controversies in the
There have.
past, though, where the chat will definitely let us know if they don't think something is fitting within the scope of the parameters.
Okay.
You could even have a couple tags, and if they were tied together, some people could say that was a stitch. A stitch in time.
Hmm.
Also, there's also that type of saying for a stitch in time. And then, well, there was
Okay.
something brilliant I was going to say. It was so brilliant, but it's gone. So that's that. So what are you thinking? You think you're getting some good ideas going? Your mind looks like it's
I
really racing.
I am. I just saw somebody say a stitched sweater, like
Oh,
doing
that
like an
was it.
ugly sweater.
That was
Yeah.
it.
I
Clothes
actually
clothes
have
are
a die for
stitched.
that.
Clothes are
Yes.
stitched. So if you have a gentleman
Mhm.
on your card and he's wearing clothes, which we do require some community standards around here. So please have all your dudes dressed. You could call that stitched.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So,
Cross stitch. You could even
okay.
do a little cross stitch at the bottom.
Yeah. Yes, this is definitely a challenge. It's definitely a challenge.
But
I think we'll
you
come up with
didn't get
something.
you didn't get or we didn't get the cat, and that was a
Yes,
great
thank
veto
goodness.
on your part, and we got the dude's
Yes.
card, so that's good. The
Mhm.
other the other ones are a little more interesting, but all parameters are doable, and I can't wait to see what
Yeah.
we come up with.
Jay is saying that the animal stamps could be dudes.
Good
So
one, Jay. You are absolutely right.
Oh,
Tolstoy. Maybe I should bring out Tolstoy the mouse.
yeah,
He's a dude.
he's a dude for sure.
And he writes
I
books in the library.
uh, nice.
So,
I
yeah, we
wonder.
have to bring out something like
Hmm.
that and stitch the
Hmm.
binding.
Yeah.
I may have it done
Oh my goodness.
already.
You
All right.
might. Okay.
So, are you good? Do you think you'll be
I
okay?
I'll come up with something.
I think you
We're
will.
gonna go
Well,
with it.
we will take a break here. Let us gather our things while you enjoy real life cool Mary telling you about our Tuesday show in review. We'll be right back. Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? Do you ever say to yourself, I wish there were more craft roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It Mystery Game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show in review. The Whodunit Mystery Game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included. Yep. I think you're right, Chatterbox. This is going to be a great week. I think it'll be super fun. I do. Oh, I forgot the flower. Oh no! Is my life so good or what? Tolstoy has a flower. And it's big. Yes, it is big compared to him. Tolstoy hasn't been out for a while. So here's my buddy Tolstoy. He is going to make a little book and using my library colors. And then this is some beautiful paper from your Paper Insider. And I thought that would make a really pretty signature inside the book. I don't know. It just needs to be it needs to be special, so I'm going to use it, and that's what we're going to do. And then I have some old floss, embroidery floss, and I know I have a pin, a needle somewhere. I think it's in my pokey, sharp car or thing here, but maybe not. Haven't used it in a while. Well, may have to go digging again for a little, but a needle. Well, you think you'd got it all figured out. By the way, this is a cute little thing that I got from a viewer, and I'm sorry I can't think of your name right now, but it's a cool little, like, tote that goes around a mug. And she sent some things to go in it, too. Isn't that cool? Kind of look like a craft deal. A belt. Thank you. My head is just not working. I was saying before the show I didn't have any coffee this afternoon. It's starting to kind of show, isn't it? And then I said I might fall asleep during the show, and we decided, oh, well, Mr. Producer will wake me up. But then Mr. Producer said no, he may not, because it may make really good content just to see me sleeping right here on my desk. What kind of goodness is that? I don't know. Yes, a mug cozy. Exactly. It's so cute. So, all right. How are your little well-kissed brains working? Are you getting some ideas? I think you are all pretty smart. Somebody's probably already working on their card.
We already have one submitted. Yeah.
We already have one submitted?
Yep. I have to wait until Nicki's back because I don't think it'll pop up on here.
How can that be? That is...
I don't have it added to this scene because I didn't expect anyone to submit a card this early.
It must have been something they already had. No? It fits? Sometimes they find something that they had that fits. What would Tolstoy be saying in this book? It was Crazy Kitty. She's crazy fast. Crazy Kitty is. Well, good for you. I'll bring her on here pretty soon. I can't keep up. I'm certainly not that fast tonight. I'm just going to, I think he's going to see if this book size works. Should it be on a shelf?
There we go.
There's Crazy Kitty. I see a large flower, a dude's card because it's a shirt with a tie, library colors, and the shirt is stitched. You did it. See, it's not hard, is it? It is not hard. This is too easy. We're going to make this game harder. Yeah, it's just right. It's just right. I think she's about to... I think she's thinking about coming back. Getting closer. So this paper is from one of our spin sponsors, Your Paper Insider, and they have such interesting paper. They go all over the world to get interesting paper, and this one's got like gold threads in it. It's just, and I did a card Tuesday using some paper from them that was pink, and it was gorgeous. And I really wanted to, if I had bought it and just on my own, I'd go, oh, I won't think I'll ever use it because it's too pretty and I'm not good enough. But because it's my sponsor, I want to make sure that you guys know how pretty it is. So I'm using it, but it's a sacrifice to cut into this. You notice that I'm not going over to the trimmer too fast. It's just really pretty. So we'll make it. We'll make it. Let me see how big this book is. It's almost 3 inches. So this guy needs to be just under 6. Here it goes. Here it goes. Aha! She's coming back from Tennessee.
All right. I am coming back. So I need to hear from the chat because I want to see what people consider a flower. Okay. So
Interesting.
I'm kind of thinking an embossed background. I love embossing folders. So I'm thinking an embossed background, possibly a Santa, like you said, maybe stitching on Santa's clothes. And doing a fun sentiment. So I have a couple of things I thought I might just see what the chat agrees with. Okay, so
all right.
Can you see this holly? So this is a holly embossing folder, and it's holly and however you say that.
Oh, pretty.
Foliage. So to me, it looks like flowers. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that looks like flowers. And I'm thinking about putting this on the background, but I wanted to see what the chat thinks. Does the chat agree that could be a flower?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you call that a flower? I'm not going to say.
If not, I have another option for you, but I want to see. That's my number one thought.
I'm going to do an actual poll really fast.
Okay, do a poll and see what you think.
And it's a holly?
It's a holly. Yes, it's called holly and foliage. I have a hard time saying that word. Sorry, that must be a Tennessee thing. Sorry, that's not the easiest word to say.
A lot of people have trouble with that word.
Yes.
Foliage.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get rid of this stuff.
It's close. I messed up on the writing the question, but
oh no!
Oh, it is close.
Is it a close?
Oh man!
Holly trees do flower.
Neck and neck right now.
I agree with that, Beachcomber Nani. Holly, they do get little flowers on them. This embossing folder doesn't happen to have those, but look how it looks like a flower. It's like a little center. See?
Yeah.
Y'all can tell where I am leaning. Okay. So tell me what the poll says.
Right now at 154 votes, it's 52% no.
Oh gosh. Okay, we're leaning on no.
Brutal.
Okay.
I'll let it go for another.
Until we get the answer that
we're at
you
163 votes, 52% no still.
Well, I have an absolute flower as the next one, so I can do an absolute flower.
We're waiting for Maricopa County to report their votes.
Okay, tell them to hurry up, so I can start making this garden. I won't keep you all night.
This is democracy. You can't rush democracy.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna close it down in
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The polls are now closed.
Okay.
52% no.
Oh,
we got no.
182 votes.
Okay, well, here's the next thought then. So I do have an actual poinsettia. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to
We won't talk about how poinsettias are not flowers, but they're bracts.
Oh, really? Let's not talk about that.
But we'll just pretend
like
flowers.
they are.
If Michelle Lupton is here, we don't need to ask her.
Yeah, this one's a tough one, guys. Y'all got to give me a break on my first one. So this is, to me, a flower. So I'm going to use this, I think, on the background. I'm going to die cut it on the background, and I am going to go with traditional Christmas colors, I believe. So I'm going to create a background that's all one color with our flowers. And this is like, if I was looking at stamps, this is the only stamped Santa that I have. And I feel like if I go into die cutting a Santa, I know I just did a video on that, and it took me forever to put that Santa together, and I don't want to keep you too long. So this little guy, I think, and when I say little, he's a pretty big Santa. Oh, he's a big dude. See, so there's a dude. Okay, there's our big flower. I think that I am going to use, if I can locate where I put it, some metallic thread. And I'm going to see, I don't know if I can kind of faux stitch around his belt, but I'm going to attempt it. If not, we're going to use this in some other way. I'm going to put it over here. And then what else am I missing? Library. So the library, I'm using greens and reds, which I feel like are fine for a library. We got a large flower.
Section.
We got a possible stitches, and we've got our dude. I think that we're ready to start working.
I think you have it all figured out, all nailed.
I hope so.
I
hope so. We'll see how it goes. It's always a work in progress. And I have some pretty paper from the Paper Insider too. I think I'm going to use, gosh, their paper is amazing. I think I'm just going to use some of their regular, we'll go with like nice, I don't know, maybe a nice bright green.
Oh, that's pretty. That's very festive.
Yeah, very festive. That, or maybe a dark, so I'll ponder on this one. I'm going to start cutting it out.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to go wrong with either one.
Okay.
That's my guess. They both look really pretty.
Yeah, or I could do maybe.
In the Christmas section of your of a library near you.
Yes.
I like it. See, it didn't take. You're doing fine. Look how you're like taking this like a fish to water.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's probably a lot easier than going to nurse practitioner school.
Yes.
I hope so. I hope it's harder to be a nurse practitioner than to be on Craft Roulette and make a card.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And this little piece of paper just is going to get stuck in there because I missed the hole. Oh, this is that awful stuff that doesn't like to tie. I forgot. It sure is pretty, but it doesn't tie well. I have to just put a drop of glue on it. But my stitched book won't be stitchless. Maybe a couple more. I'm not a sailor, though, so I don't know all the different cool knots. I'm going to put a little glue on it. They sit, stay. Whether it will or not, time will tell. Okay, Tolstoy, back in service. So glad to see you, little man. Tolstoy hasn't been around for a long time. I'm so happy to see him. Oh, this stuff, Kelly, is just loosey-goosey. And it may just need a square knot, but it may not be the case tonight. We'll see. We'll see. This is just going to look like... So, okay, here's a way that we often double dip, Nikki. Mm-hmm. So we have library as a color palette. But it is not unusual then for us to see lots of books in the gallery, because people, they've opened up those thoughts of library, large flower, dude's card, and they mash them all together, which is cool.
Okay. Yes.
So I would be surprised if we don't see a bunch of books.
Flowers.
Yeah. Books about flowers. A gardener's almanac. Or something. Ben Franklin, he wrote The Farmer's Almanac. That was a book. And he was a dude. And I think he wore clothing. And not only did he wear clothing, he wore clothing that didn't have zippers or very many buttons. They would have ties. So they were highly stitched, hand-stitched. There's my buddy. He's going to fit right on that book so well. I don't know what he's going to say. Of these little things. Okay, so in a library, I could do a yellow flower because that's what I was thinking. Like adapt a large sunflower to a small critter. Should work. Should work. If somebody had a Ben Franklin stamp. Kindred stamps, we need Ben. What can I say, right? We need Ben. He was a character. Holly-leaved barberry is Oregon state flower. Body says. So, but they were voted off the island this week. Well, maybe for another day we'll have that come along. Nicki, when you're feeling like you're settled in, let me know and we'll start asking you some questions and getting to know you better.
Okay. I am checking out a few things just to make sure this is going to work out.
Yeah.
And then I will.
This is the hardest part to talk and craft, so let me know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I can talk through anything. Hurricanes. When I shouldn't be. All the things.
Okay, so this Santa is big.
Well,
okay, so we got
a big
Santa, and he's gonna have a flower up in his corner right here.
Oh, that's pretty.
We'll get him once I get him stamped. Then I think I'll be ready. But
okay,
let me grab a couple things. I can try to talk while I glue right now because I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on.
Well, 1 to 10, how hard is it being on Craft Roulette so far?
Well, it is, I would say, a 6 of crafting, just because you've got to think on the, get your brain going and trying to decide things that are very different and that you didn't, you don't normally put these things together. So it definitely takes a minute. And I think,
true.
Yeah. And that, the little bit of nervousness too, it's just not being on camera and making sure that hopefully it turns out okay. I'm just going to go with it. And it's just going to be, so I've gotten to the point where I just usually say it's better than not making a card. So do the best you can.
You really aren't going to mess it up.
You made a card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm going to put this little guy here. We'll cut his edges off in a minute. Let me put something on him. And then I do need to stamp. So when I do Copic coloring, I tend to heat emboss. I don't know if that's going to get too loud on here.
No,
heat
it's
emboss
okay.
my black lines. Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So let me get that little guy done and then we'll try to chat while I color.
Yeah. You got it. Anyway. So if you were in Antarctic, in the Antarctic, Chatterbox, what would you suggest a scientist in the Antarctic would do for these parameters? They could do penguins with black and white colors. Now, there's not a lot of flowers in the Antarctic. That might be a little. They may be needing some flowers, though. They may want to add some flowers because they miss them.
Maybe they could have like a little penguin with a flower.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
In Antarctica.
That would be so cute.
And the penguin could be a dude.
Again. Absolutely. He could have a little he could have a little bow tie on.
Mm-hmm.
It would be adorable. Have him cut out? Nah.
People are saying a compass rose, which I really like the idea for.
Oh, that's very clever.
He could be a lost little penguin up in the North Pole.
Yeah.
Looking for Santa.
That's a good idea.
Those are great ideas. Rose, what a bunch of smarties.
I've already got like 10 pieces of tape stuck to me. I'm getting crafty over here.
You know you're serious when you reach over 9 pieces of tape.
Yes.
Not serious yet. I'm only at 8. I wonder.
War and cheese too.
Pardon me?
War and cheese.
War and Cheese. Yeah. Was that one of his books, War and Cheese? I've done a card or two with Mr. Tolstoy.
They had books on it.
I forgot about that. War and Cheese 2.
Gotta redo my thing.
I think I'm going to have some gold edges here. Make it really fancy. I thought it might be a more friendly book than War and Cheese 2. May not be. On the back, it's going to be stuck down. It's sticking a little better. Power of glue. Isn't that fancy? You know, I have a brick embossing folder. I might do the brick embossing folder to make it look like an old library building, even though it's a library. War and Cheese 2. Did I write it when we did it before?
I'll have to go find the episode, but
a little library
you
research.
had multiple books, and I suggested War and Cheese as one of the titles.
It's a good one.
I named Tolstoy that night too.
Yes, yes. Tolstoy used to be the nameless mouse.
Very literary.
Very. We'll do some gold stitches around him.
Okay, I'm going to do this heat emboss, and then I'll try to get to where I can
This
talk.
is a hoity-toity book. If anybody is in the Ontario, California area this weekend, by the way, there is a stamp and scrapbook expo that our friend Amanda Stevens with Pear Blossom Press is showing, has a booth, and Marianne Simonson too from Rabbit Hole Designs is there too, and probably some more friends that I don't know about. But if you are out and about, drop by and say hi to them. I love hearing from our friends. And Lauren Taylor is working the booth with her, at least today she was. So you can stop by and make a light-up card. Oh, they're really cute. Anna Katrina.
Episode 111 with Ardith.
The parameters can be used in different ways, but very similarly, especially when you do them every week. I'm going to put embossing on this.
I think I'm going to go ahead and cut out my Santa. I think I'm ready to start talking whenever you are.
All right, hang on.
Oh, I got to add just a little heat right there.
because it's kind of plain otherwise. But it's very library colory. And one little something underneath there. I'm going to have to put his little title there. Jeez. But you know what Tolstoy usually says.
You are a wonderful person.
You are a wonderful person. And that may just be his story. Or you, I'll break it up. Wonderful person. Love Tolstoy. I like a little something extra on a card, so we may just do that. That doesn't work. That one will work fine. All right. So busy. She's working so hard for us to show us a pretty card.
I'm doing the best I can for sure, but I can talk now.
All right.
I got
my bricks on crooked. So you know it's from me. Yeah.
You got to always have something a little bit crooked. That way they know it's handmade.
That's right. You want
it more special, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't want them to wonder, what did she make?
She did make this.
I bet she did. It's crooked as all get out. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do let our patrons ask questions. There are some really good ones that they came up with for you.
Okay.
And one of the questions was about how do you find time to craft when you have a family like you do? But you said that your family's a little older. And you look like you're not old enough to have an older family. So I think that answers part of it. You've got older kids. Even though those teenage years doesn't mean that you don't have a job. You still have a very active job.
Right. Oh, my goodness, yes. I am surprised at how much parenting always has its challenges at every stage, I feel like. But it's definitely, nobody gives you a manual on how to parent teenagers for sure. So I've got one teenager and I've got one who is 12. He's going to be a teenager in the next 6 months or so, but
probably thinks he's already there.
Yeah. And I always thought it was kind of funny that I have boys and I have my job was as a women's health nurse practitioner. So I always thought it was kind of humorous that everything I did had to do with women, and then I have these boys. So I had a sister. It's an all new experience for me.
Oh, and they are different. They are different.
Yes, they definitely are. They definitely are. So it's been a great learning experience.
Yeah, and you wouldn't change it. Yeah. I know.
No,
I'm assuming. Yeah, that you wouldn't change it.
No. Definitely not.
Yep, it's good. And I bet you're a good boy's mom.
Well, thanks. I hope so. I guess I won't know until they're all grown like yours and see how things go, right? But they're pretty good boys, I will say. Sure they do. Yeah.
So you probably craft when they're at school and whatnot.
Yes, I do. I definitely craft on the weekends some too, it's gotten to be definitely a full-time job. So I try not to do too much on the weekends just to make sure that I am around, but it can get to where you're you can't help yourself. You're just doing lots. It's just so fun. You love doing it. So, you know.
Yeah, I used to plop myself right in the family room because everybody had to go by me. And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I would just plop myself there when people were out or and such, and that way I wouldn't miss them. And they always had to come in and give me a kiss goodnight if I went to bed first. Now that doesn't mean that Mr. Producer didn't give me trouble and be a little playful when he would come in and kiss me goodnight. But it was fun. I could always count on him. So those were the cute little Tolstoy is. He's just adorable, and he's just a wonderful mousy. So, but you started your YouTube channel while you were homeschooling?
Yes, I did. While I was homeschooling during the pandemic.
Yes, of course.
We just, you know how it goes. You just like think, okay, yeah, I got this. And then it's like, whoa, that's a lot of work, but it's fun and I'm enjoying it. And the more work you put into it, the more you're like, well, I'm not stopping because I love this community and I love doing it. I definitely take breaks at times to give myself some sanity, because sometimes social media and such gets a little bit overwhelming. But I just kind of like cards. I say, well, if I did it and I did the best I could today, then that's just as good as I can do. So I'm going to. If I don't post every day or I don't make a card every day, that's no big deal.
Nope. So. And it would be very rare that anybody would really, really notice because there's so much noise. Yeah. Seriously, there's just a lot of noise. And so it's okay to give yourself a little time off, I think.
Yeah, I think we all need that.
That's the person who's live almost twice a week every
right
week.
You are definitely
don't believe a word I say.
Well, the more you do, the better it works and you grow and all that stuff. You just gotta, you handle it great. I sometimes need a little mental health break and need to make sure that I'm not forgetting about those boys and
yeah, that's good. That's a nice
nice do. And one of them plays travel hockey. Yeah, so they
Steven did too.
They are doing a lot during the winter.
Is he a center or a goalie?
So winter gets a little crazy. I have two, and one of them, my youngest, is the one that plays travel, and he is a defenseman. So he's a good-sized kid, and so he plays defense. And my other kid plays he plays a forward, which is the person who kind of goes after the ball. And he also refs a lot. So he's the one I was telling you about earlier who loves rules and I think he's going to end up being a lawyer, but he refs a lot of games and stuff, which has been a nice little, learning to have some responsibility and stick with your decisions. And it's been very good for him. So
that's not bad training right there.
Right. And I can't skate to save my life. I don't know how we ended up with hockey players, but they love it.
It's pathetic when I'm on the ice.
Oh my goodness. I don't even think I would try it at this point.
I have tried, but it's like, do not leave me here. Do not let go of me.
Right, exactly.
Yes, I will come after you. You must watch out for me. I will fall. Put some little hearts or some little things.
Oh, I almost forgot his hat.
I don't think I have any gold. But I have ways. Tolstoy deserves some gold. So you haven't been making cards all that long. Do you remember when you first started?
Yeah, I think I first started, I think it's probably been 10 to 15 years ago. I was a
Okay.
scrapbooker and I
Mm-hmm.
was getting, I just really liked the quickness, I guess you could say, of cards. Like you can just, still create something that people enjoy and love. And it's a little bit faster and you can, just do a lot with it. And I felt like scrapbooking, especially at my kids' current stage, it was just impossible to keep up. And so that
Mm-hmm.
would get me a little bit behind. And I thought, well, I will scrapbook when um, I get a chance, but for now, at least I can make cards and be creative with that and enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm glad you just didn't throw the paper away or and just throw in the towel,
no,
so to speak.
mm-mm,
That you
no,
adapted. That's good.
yeah, yeah.
Did you used to go to crops and things in
Yes,
person?
we have a
Quick freeze. There she comes back. Nope, we lost
place
her.
here called Scrapping in the
There
City,
she is.
and yeah, they do a lot of those, and I honestly did more of them before I started my YouTube channel because now I feel like I'm just busy, which is good. I want to be busy, but um,
Right.
it I haven't gotten to go as many. And of course, during COVID, they kind of shut those down. So
Right. Right.
they're getting back to it, and it is a lot of fun. I love
Good.
the crafty community.
Mm-hmm. It is, and I
Favorite.
think the scrapbooking community is so much fun because you just all you do is stand around or sit around and play with paper and tell stories about your family. I mean, how bad
Right,
is that? It's not bad. It's so fun.
right. It's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so true, so true. So it looks like you have a nice little room there. So did you get a room out of the house when you
I lost that last.
were kind of freezing a little bit? But we'll get this figured out. She's going in super slow motion.
Oh no.
It's all right. Yeah, there you. It's the silly internet. You just never know. But when you did begin card making, do you what did you find first interesting? Because that's quite a different or a
Yeah.
canvas. What was what were your first cards like?
I think ink blending was kind of my first, like, wow, this is really cool.
Oh,
I
okay.
did that. I
Uh-huh.
definitely found um, Altenew pretty quickly and started doing a lot of like floral cards and taking their classes. And pretty much right off the bat, when I knew I wanted to do this, I started taking just some online classes. And
Mm-hmm.
most of them were with Altenew because that's just kind of who I found first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I did lots of florals, but also they do a lot of like watercolor and ink blending,
Yeah.
and all their classes just have so much stuff in them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very nice, and it definitely gave me a good base to kind of start playing around. And I'm one of those like, yeah, I like to play in the craft room almost every day. So I definitely love to
Not a bad
try
choice.
new things. Yeah, love to try new things, and so I pretty much I try not to do like every new thing, but I probably do every new thing. Let's just go with that. I love to try new things. People always ask like, "What's your favorite?" I'm like, "Card making is my favorite." I don't know if I'm really very choosy
Mm-hmm.
on what the medium is. I definitely think there's things that I'm better at than others. Um, like for example, coloring I don't feel is my most strong suit, but at least this guy is just all red for the most part. So
Cute as can be.
um, yeah,
He
he's
really is a good
precious.
Santa. He's very classic.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be in the classic section of the library.
Yes.
Yes. So you like to try lots of different things. There were a couple questions about techniques.
Okay.
Kathy from Expressive Paper, who's here tonight, asked about what's your favorite card making technique then that you find. So you said it's hard to figure out your favorite, but what do you use most often?
I use, I probably do die cutting more than anything else.
Okay.
Um, I would say die cutting. Let's see, I really there's so many different ways, some kind all the different ways that I can use those. So, sorry, I'm getting a marker real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, embossing folders, I've been playing with those a lot. Just I really love bold, dark backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like, like the masculine card thing. So like this classic green background is awesome. I really
Yeah.
I like how it just pops out, and like how bright this little Santa is on that.
Yeah, he
It
looks
really
good.
makes me excited. I just love it. So I'm just gonna do some straight up black. So I love bright colors. Like if you look at my cards, you will see bright backgrounds and bright colors, um and definitely I probably lean towards blues and greens a little bit more than
Mm-hmm.
anything else, which I don't know if that's because I like making masculine cards or if it's just
Yeah,
kind
they're
of,
just pretty colors,
I don't know. They
you
are. They
know?
are. I really love them.
Yeah,
And
they're just really pretty.
I found like at first getting the reds correct on coloring and ink blending to me seemed a little bit more difficult, maybe just because I like the other ones better. But it seemed a little bit more difficult to get your colors the way you wanted them
Mm-hmm.
than with something like a blue or a green. I felt like, I mean, I don't know, I guess just blue and
The
greens,
reds are
they just,
tricky.
yeah,
You are
they can be
right.
a little tricky.
They
So,
can be pretty persnickety and they don't always show up on camera right. So even
right.
if you are
Kind of,
happy
yeah.
with the ones you have, it
Hmm.
doesn't always look good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, reds can be very persnickety, and they're the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing of yellow undertones and blue undertones and reds
Mm-hmm.
can be pretty subtle and sometimes and can really throw you over and make
Yeah,
you go, "What's
I
wrong with
agree.
this thing? What is wrong with this thing? I
I
like
know.
this
Why is
color."
it not looking
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, and I think there's certain things that you're better at, just people are just naturally better like at figuring out certain colors, and I just think blues and greens are my colors. So
Mhm. Mhm.
that's what I do a lot of times.
They blend nicely. Well, because blues or greens have blues in them and red
Hmm.
doesn't have blue or it's red, and so you have to,
Right.
yeah, it's a little bit different. So it has a whole nother set
Hmm.
of issues because you can always find the blue and a green
Hmm. Yeah.
and make it work for you a little better. But yeah, so well, see, you like, pretty well. It's maybe you didn't think of it as your favorite, but maybe
Yeah.
it's you do it
Yeah.
more often. So I think that sometimes
Right.
tells a
I
story in
actually put it.
itself, you know?
Yeah, I noticed that today because I was looking at my camera roll of pictures to try to post something on social today, and I noticed I was like, "Oh my goodness, look at all these navy and blue cards." Like I
Yeah.
just, especially this time of year, I just love like a navy background. I don't know. So you can
Yeah.
tell if you look at my feed, you're like, "Yep, she loves navy."
Yep, you can tell if you look at somebody's Instagram.
Yeah, you can tell what their
You can
favorite
learn
is
so
for
much
sure.
about style and color
Mhm.
choices by looking at somebody's Instagram because you've got that whole grid of their work, and it usually tells you quite a
Mhm.
bit. It can
Yeah,
tell you
for
quite a bit
sure.
about yourself too. If you're wondering, well, what is my favorite? I don't know. Well, go look at your Instagram.
Mhm.
Oh, it looks like I use
Yeah.
a lot of orange. Smart
Mhm.
choice. Hey, speaking of orange,
Yes.
you have on a purple shirt tonight.
I
We have
do.
we have a tradition here at Craft Roulette. Whether you and we like to have our guests declare if they are Team Orange or Team Purple. It doesn't mean that it's
Oh,
your favorite. It just means if you are going to the ballot box, like with the polls we're having tonight, that you would declare yourself Team Orange or Team Purple. Well, so since you have on purple, are you Team
Yeah.
Purple?
I am not Team Purple. So I love purples and to wear them, but I cannot deny that I am from big orange country. I live in the same city as the University of Tennessee, and
Oh,
it is people, they are orange and white, and the saying is "Go Big Orange." Felt like I would be hurting my hometown if I didn't say I was Team Orange, because
all
there's
right.
some purple teams out there, and they're not they're our rivals. So
Oh, well,
I
there
love
you
the color
go.
purple, but we're gonna have to go Team Orange for Knoxville.
Well, we're glad to have you on the right team.
Yes.
But I know you
Y'all should.
Team Purple people are going to be disappointed. But
I
you did
know. Have
wear
you done a
purple.
poll of how many you have of Team Purple and Team Orange?
We
Y'all ever
never
done a poll?
have, but
Oh, I
Mr.
just
Producer.
wonder.
We have a couple times.
Oh, we have? Never
We had a
mind.
couple of questions, Nikki, about one.
Yeah.
Someone asked about a Ferris wheel stamp you used, and two, someone asked where that Santa stamp is from.
He's really cute.
Okay. This Santa stamp is from Honeybee Stamps. It is, I think it was last year's collection of holiday stuff, but I just got it. So I know that it should be available in their store. I just started on their design team. So this is one of those things that I picked out
Congratulations.
because I loved it. And then Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel, if I am thinking correctly on what they're talking about, I think that it's the Lawn Fawn Ferris wheel. It is, if it's an interactive card that I made, then it is definitely Lawn Fawn. I don't think I have any other Ferris wheels, but I can't promise that
Mm-hmm.
off the top of my head. So does that seem like it answered it?
I think so. The poll is up. Team Orange, Team Purple.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I love polls. See what they say.
Team Purple's at 71%. Orange? Can I vote? My vote counts bigger, right? Man, you purpley guys are really strong tonight.
This purpley guy.
It's dropping. It's dropping. Here comes orange. Here comes orange up the backstretch.
Oh, good.
That's right, Stamper Girl. Where are my orange people? My orange lovers. I believe you can do it.
Let's see. It may not be dark enough on the green.
I'm looking for You Are a Wonderful Person.
I'll let it go for a little bit longer, but this is about the same result as we had last time, I think. About 66% Team Purple.
Oh no! Where are my Tennessee fans?
For real. Irene Smith says orange people's hands are busy crafting.
That's right.
Oh, Carmen, you're here.
Oh.
We wished you a happy birthday earlier. I hope you're having a great day. Carmen was a great co-host on the Patron Show. She was so much fun to spend the day or the hour with.
So what is the patron show for those who don't know?
The patron show. The patron show is, well, on Tuesdays we have In Review, and In Review has 3 acts. 3 acts are, we have mail call, people that have sent me wonderful things. We share that. And then we have a card slide. We like that quite a darn bit. So we reconnoitered the card slideshow to be about an hour long, and it's for our patrons, and it features our patrons' cards from the last episode, and we have a patron co-host. And Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis was our first co-host with us, and then Carmen Broxman was this week. Next week, we have a guest crafter that will be our co-host. So it's a heck of a lot of fun. We just talk a lot about cards and life and crafting, and it's just been, I've enjoyed it a lot, and I look forward to more weeks of it. So that's what the patron show is. Seems pretty fun.
We're getting a little bit of connection problem with Nicki, and we are working on it right now.
And the patron show also is on our video library in the Craft Roulette website. And it doesn't go anywhere. It just stays there. Mine's its work. Where do you find it? You find it in our patron section. A patron is someone who supports us on our show with a donation monthly. Yeah, and we're going to talk more about that later in the show too. It's really a great opportunity to just say, Craft Roulette, you're kind of fun. I'm going to help you make sure you come back every week. And in turn, we cook up all sorts of extra fun stuff for you. You can hear Mr. Producer. Well, he's trying to check in with Nicki, and there seems to be a bit of a problem, but we're doing okay. That's right. Surely. I need more Nazes. Everybody needs more Nazes. No, I'm real excited about my NAS. My NAS is my hard drive container. And I'm very excited about it because we've done so much work that we don't want to lose all that stuff. So I'm fine with it. I think I'm going to find some little flowers in here too. Put in some little pretty flowers. I think that would be nice. Or a wonderful person. You got some little flowers with this.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That would be pretty.
Yes, can you hear me?
I think she's back.
Okay. I'm not sure which mic I'm using, but
I think maybe that the purple team is doing some sabotage. Maybe. Yeah, she's going to drop and come back in. We're going to see her again. Little flowers. I know I've seen some more cards come in. Are you guys just amazing? Also, if you are kind of new here, to be eligible for the giveaways, which are phenomenal, you do need to send in a card each week, or the week that will help you be later the next time. So it's incentive, right? Yeah. Don't blame the perps.
Just tilt it, but use the accelerometer in the phone.
How about the PERPS? Yeah, Irene Smith, seeing the coincidence there. We do have a lot of fun with Team Purple and Team Orange. I do wear my team orange t-shirt proudly, but I do have a Team Purple sweatshirt. So I'm very politically correct.
All right, we got her.
We got her? I'll put my ear back in.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
It
Thank
happens.
you. Yep.
You stuck with it. That's all that matters. We got you back, so that's good. So how's your card come? Let's look at that. I haven't looked up at yours very long lately.
Yeah.
How
I
is that
decided I
guy?
was going to color this bill gold. I'm not sure what I think about that decision, but my little gold color has just a very fine end. But I thought,
Sure.
oh, well, maybe I'll just make my bell gold.
Well, it makes it feel like it's in the classic part of the library.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on brand with your classic Santa.
Yes. It is just, it needs a finer point, that's for sure.
Yeah. It makes a difference, those nibs.
Yes, they do. I just
Really
decided
pretty.
this is a paint pen. I thought, well, I'm going to see what happens with this gold. Might look really cool.
Well, Mr. Producer, you have seen these cards coming in. Are they all the same, or are they all pretty different so far?
They look to be pretty different.
We
were just having those tech problems, and I was working through them with Nicki, very patiently on her side, by the way. And I looked up at my admin panel, and 7 cards were just sitting there waiting for approval.
Well, you busy bees.
I'm impressed at how fast people can make cards. Goodness. That is amazing.
It is. What's your technique for your fastest card? Do you know? Like, oh my gosh, I got to send a card right now.
My fastest would be an embossing folder. Because they just add so much detail that it's really easy to just, I mean, you don't even have to do anything to it. You could just emboss a piece of paper and put a sentiment on it and be fine.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's the fastest, I think. Now, do I ever just do it that simply? No, but it looks great that way. So.
And that might be a good beginner tip if you want to try something. And what would you? So somebody, let's see. We did have that question Lisa asked about your number one. Oh, she was asking number one craft organization tip for beginners, because it looks like you are real organized. I wouldn't be surprised that you are.
Yeah, I do like organizing, I will say. I would say my best organizing purchase has been using some IKEA. I use IKEA units in my craft room. And those are really nice because they can fit so many different things that you can easily adjust them how you want. I've got some behind me. I don't know if I'm on camera or not, but I have the Calyx and the Alex units. Those are just great ways to put things in there. But I love organizing. I'm definitely a fan of that. So here I'm just doing some simple coloring. I don't think I'm going to go too crazy with this guy.
He looks good.
See how we fit him on here. If we need any more poinsettias.
Are you by company? Do you organize by company or color?
Yes.
Or product?
I organize by company.
Product.
I definitely organize by company. Partially just because that makes sense with, as you're working with these companies, it's helpful to go right to their products and be able to use those and have all of them from the same company. But I also love to organize by color, like just I don't know if I'm on camera, but I do organize kind of rainbow colors, which to me just makes sense because I can always know what order things are in, but also because I think it looks cute.
Well,
so
it does
I just
look
think
cute.
It's so
You
cute.
were right. You were
I
right.
know, I just
it
think
always
it looks adorable.
It looks like a rainbow all the time, and it's just pleasant. I think that's a great plan. Plus, you get to know your colors better that way.
Yeah, I think you do.
And it helps you to make decisions about your colors. Okay, this is such and such a color. And it does make you
Mhm.
have to draw the line in the sand, so to speak, and say, this is
Yes.
what this is.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, which isn't always easy.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes if your color seems one way to you, it may seem like something else to somebody else. So go with whatever it makes sense to you, right?
Right.
I think.
Yes. I agree because you're gonna use it the way that makes sense to you, so you may as well
Mm-hmm.
organize it that way too.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
Oops, I almost put
I do
person
like
before
organizing.
color.
I actually used to not consider myself a super organized person because I like to craft in a mess. Like I just get everything out and do whatever. But what I realized is that if I don't have it organized, I have more trouble being creative because I can't find what I need. And when
Yeah.
it's in a certain way, you can usually find it and get better use out of it. To me, like if I put my stuff away, which I don't do every single time, but if I put my stuff away before I'm starting a project, then I'm going to be better off with that pulling out and just thinking and being creative. I know not everybody works that way, but I definitely do.
You go on benders, like when you start using a certain product and you just find yourself using it over and over.
Yes, that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing right now with embossing folders. I love
Mm-hmm.
them. And
Yeah.
I just like I mean, I just keep seeing new ways that I could do. Basically, with an embossing folder, you can do anything, you can do ink blending, you can do I mean, just watercolor. You could do like everything that you could possibly think of with an embossing folder. And so since I've noticed that, I've been thinking, okay, well, if I can do everything with an embossing folder, maybe I need to step back and look at my some of my other supplies and just think of how many things I could possibly do with them.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like why don't I just take a die set and say, okay, how many things? And I have been playing with that a little bit, kind of like using the dies as the backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that a little bit more, and I kind of got that idea from how I was using the embossing folders.
Mm-hmm. And
So
it's something you
just
kind of have to discover yourself sometimes too.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neat. Well done.
Yeah.
Will you do series of videos then, you think, on your
I think so. That's the
things you
plan. I
figure
will
out?
say I've done like a stencil series video, and I probably still need to add to it. Sometimes I get on my series videos, I get a little bit distracted because I've got things that I've got to do for certain companies too. So I'm not always able to just focus on my series. But yes, I definitely want to plan some type of embossing series. I like to have used it for a while and really seen what I can do with it and then come up with
Mm-hmm.
videos to show all the different ways.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where I am in that process.
Yeah. It's funny when you start coming at a process, a technique, a project, or a product, and you're
Hmm.
thinking of it how you can help somebody with it. It's a whole different
Yeah.
way of just, oh, I think I'll make something.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it is.
It's definitely a different process. And you people like process videos, I feel like, to be multiple things, which is really hard as a maker because you need to really think that out and think of how many things can I do so that I can make this
Mm-hmm.
video where people want to stick around and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's just a brainstorming process.
Yeah. And sometimes those brainstorms start with just ink and paper
Yep.
and just
Yeah, if you
trying
just got to
something.
spend time in the craft room.
You really do.
Hmm.
Oh, woe is us.
Oh, so sad. Our life is rough. Getting to spend time in the craft room. I think I'm gonna put one
Darn.
more flower
Darn
down
it, I
here.
gotta go do it again.
But you like to pretend I like to pretend in front of my husband and my kids that it is work so that they will let me go do it. Like, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm working at this. So let me go to spend some time in the craft room.
That's right. Oh, little Tolstoy, I still have a crush on you. So since you go on benders, you probably have a different list of what you feel like is necessary at any given time. But how about
Yeah.
5 craft supplies? If you were going out of town, we often talk about this. If you were going out of town and you were going to plan on being on Craft Roulette or send in a
Mhm.
card, what would be some of the things that you would have to take with you?
Yeah. Well, let's assume that you're taking things definitely like a paper trimmer. I mean, you're going to need
Mm-hmm.
your basic supplies. But if I was just going to make some cards that I could do outside of my craft room, because there's definitely cards that are easier to make outside your craft room. I mean, if you've got to get into taking a die cutting machine and things like that, it can be a little bit more difficult
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
travel with that kind of thing. So when I travel, I tend to do something like color backgrounds, or I do
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I stamp a lot of images and take markers in color. Do that a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times in a hotel room for hockey games. I'll just
There
sit
you
around
go.
in color, which you still are able to be involved, but you can be getting some images done. Because
Mm-hmm.
normally when I color, it takes a long time. I will say the Santa, I did throw him together pretty quick. um, but yeah, that's my usual travel. If you're not a colorer, um, I think, and this may be weird, but I think ink blending and I think watercolor is pretty easy to travel with. Watercolor, you know, it's very forgiving, and
It
you just
is.
need some water from the sink, and your little
Or a
palette.
water brush. Uh-huh. Just
Yeah, yeah,
brush.
it's very, very easy to do. So I definitely like to do that. Sometimes I tend to do the images or just practice with blending. I feel like you can never have too many ink blended backgrounds to use. And
Okay.
so sometimes that's fun. And sometimes it's just fun to play with the colors. Take
Yeah.
colors that you're not sure about, but want to see how they work together.
Yeah. I never do that, but I've heard that a lot. I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
but I've
Ink
never done
blending
that.
is one of those things to me that's very hard to film too, because it's just it it takes a little bit of muscle, and you got to really press on it, so it makes the camera shake a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of nice if you're not showing that as part of your process, if it's already done and you've already
Uh-huh.
taken that
Oh,
time
there
to
you go.
blend those.
Uh-huh. Did you see Ardith? Well, I don't think you saw us on World Card Making Day, but she did a great technique with ink blending on a gel press. So have you ventured
I
into gel press?
So I like gel press, but I do not feel like I'm an expert at it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very forgiving and it's fun to play with. I just tend to need time to just do that. Like a lot of times, if I'm just going to make a card, I don't want to pull out something new. But taking a gel press and practicing with it while you're traveling
Mm-hmm.
would be a
Mm-hmm.
great option because they're easy to wash off, and you can just grab some colors and some stencils or whatever, and you just can kind of make a billion. It makes so many backgrounds.
Yeah.
Um,
They really
it's
you
great for
really
somebody
could.
who's mass producing too,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's a very, very nice, thing to do, and I think that Arth does a great job of it. I've seen her do
He
some
does.
videos,
I
and
think you're right. Yeah.
she's super good at it.
He makes it look, but she spent a lot of time working on it, so
Mhm.
not like it's the first time.
Yeah,
Have
she's
you ever gone
definitely
on live and done a first time try kind of thing?
oh my goodness, that would be very scary, but I bet it could. I could try it. I did, you know what? I actually did last time. It wasn't a first time trying, but it was a first time really doing it on camera. I did stitching, and I made
Oh.
this, I did that whatever Spellbinders Advent box that has all these stitching things in it. And
Oh
so I
wow.
opened it and I didn't know, I let people pick which one I was going to do, which was quite challenging because stitching takes a long time. So,
Yep.
um,
Yep.
yeah, so it ended up being a little, a lot, but it turned out really cute. Not
Oh
sure how I'm
good.
going to
Good for
fix this
you.
guy.
See how brave you are?
I'm trying.
You are doing
And
very
maybe
brave
I'll just wrap
things.
some. We might have to have another poll if they think that it's considered stitching if I wrap this or not. I'm trying to figure out how to make
He
holes in his
does.
belt.
He does have on clothes.
Yes.
The
Well, he does.
shirt
That's true.
could be
So he
considered stitched.
he is stitched.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
I'm here for you.
Wonder
Or
on
his
that.
mittens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that
he
sounds
is.
very good. Let me
That
see.
dude is buttoned up with stitches.
Yes. Let me look at what this color looks like. I'll just put him like a.
I'm going to go through my card and see if I hit all the parameters so that I don't get our Deputy Heidi all in a kerfuffle with me. So let me see. I did a dude's card. Well, Mr. Tolstoy is a dude, so check. Library colors, I went very neutral. Oh my gosh, so neutral. And then I just added a little bit of yellow and green. So you could definitely find these in any library, adult, kids, classics, or others. Large flowers, he's got a big flower because he's a little guy. And so he's got a really big flower with him. Plus I added some flowers inside for his little pages. And it says, "You are a wonderful person." I may add some more stitches. This paper almost looks like this gold in there is like stitches or filament. It's really cool. And I think that's it. I think I did it. And I made a little book on top of a card. Are you a top folder or a side folder?
Me, I'm a top folder.
Now that has just been very open to me lately. A lot of people have been top folding, and I'm a side folder. And I'm just surprised by this.
I think I started it. I don't know what made me start, but then once I did, I realized how much it just seemed to make more sense to me. I don't know. I feel like they stand up a little bit better, like when you're taking pictures. If you've got a top fold on it, you can take that straight on picture, but that may just be because I take pictures.
Yeah, I always have them lying down when I take a picture. So
okay.
It just doesn't matter. But yeah.
This Santa is big. He's a good size.
I ended up a little stitching around the edges too on this because it is very plain. Oh my goodness, so plain. But Jackie Muller, one of our leading ladies from Australia, asks, and I like this because you've got your Santa card going on here. And so we're going to go into Christmas here. And she says, if you're looking through an art or craft store window at Christmas time, what item makes your eyes light up first? Is it going to be studio equipment?
I would say anything that glitters.
Anything that glitters.
I just
Not a
love
bad
glitter.
choice.
I love glitter. I love the sparkle. Love the holidays. Hence the reason I tried to make my bell sparkly gold. I'm going to try to make my little belt that way too.
It looks really cute.
Thank you. I
think it's really cute. I think you did great. Well, we're going to let you work on that while we go and tell other people how they can play because they're going to want to play with us. And then we'll come back and see how you finished up your card. How's that?
Sounds great.
You are doing a good job. And I bet you are all inspired to want to try these parameters too. So if you want to send in a card this week, we would love that. Please use those 4 parameters in whatever way you believe that they are appropriate and interpreted well in your little fertile mind. And then make sure you put it in the little description how you used it, especially if they're kind of tricky. You can have till midnight on Sunday to send them in. You just upload them digitally on craftroulette.live. Obviously, the form is open, all for you. And if you want more time, you can become a patron of any level, and you'll have till Thursday at midnight for a month. So we have some great people coming up. Are you ready? Every Friday night, join us almost every Friday night because we have Karis Young next week. She's a darling little crafter. Corey Wiskman hasn't been here in ages. I'm looking forward to seeing what that that young lady is up to. She's a lot of fun. Kathy Zilski's going to return and join us. You know she's fun. I hope I don't even have to talk that night. She was a great guest on World Card Making Day for our last guest because Amanda and I were so tired we just let Kathy take over the show, and I hope she does. Angie Hunt comes in after that from LDRS Creative, and then we get to see Caitlin Anthony again. Always a pleasure. Join us every week. We would love to have you. And tell a friend. Thank you, patrons. Once again, my goodness gracious. I love my Naz. Thank you, guys. I'll send you a picture. He's not very pretty. He looks just like a little box, but he's going to do good work. We don't want to lose all of our work, so we're real glad to have it, and thank you so much. This week, tomorrow, we have a Club Fun call at noon Central Daylight Time. You're invited if you are in Club Fun. We have the new patron show next week. I think it will come out Thursday. I know that's when it is scheduled to be recorded, and then we just upload it to the site, the video library. And then next Thursday, we have the Happy Birthday Card Party. So that's at noon Central Time also for Fun Supporters and Up, where we make birthday cards. I have chosen my victim. I have chosen my birthday girl from November, and she has given me her instructions on what she wants. She wants a pop-up card, she wants happy colors, large animals, and something off my floor. Should be a fun time. It's always nice to spend time with my friends, the patrons. Thank you. Well, now that means one thing right there. Right there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. It is giveaway time, and we are ready to give some good stuff away. Aren't we? Yes. We have some great gifts to give away, after all. And we thank our sponsors every week for making our show just that more fun. I'm looking for a pen, and I found it. But we always start with a Krog, a Craft Roulette original giveaway. A Krog, a handmade card with an itty-bitty gift. If you sent in a card last week for episode 185, your name is on that wheel. Look at it go. It will stop and light up whoever wins. This goes all over the world. And is your name getting oh, it's our new patron, Bridget. Nice. Bridget, please let us know that you want this little Krog so I can get it to you. There will be a claim prize for him opening momentarily on craftroulette.live. Just go over there and fill it out and send me your address. For a Craft Roulette goodie bag, these do need to stay in the United States because postage is so high. Even though if you want to pay for me to come over and bring it to you, we can talk. Michelle W., congratulations. Please claim your prize using the same email that you sent your card in so that it will recognize you. It's a safeguard on the claim prize form. It's a safeguard that Mr. Producer sent it programmed in. For a Colorful Life gift certificate for $25, Lauren S. got it. You gotta love it. As we like to say, I love giving away other people's stuff. I do. It's so much fun. And Teresa Parmenter, I have your goodie bag ready. We got our good goodie bags all shipped in, so now we're back in business. For Artful Angels, $25 gift certificate. Sina won something the other day. It's her lucky month. Well done. Sina, make sure you let me know, though, that you're up for it, and I will get it your way so you can go shopping. And for a Stamp Anything, they've got cute stuff. We like cute, right? We could take a poll and say, do you like cute stuff? And it would be 100% yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it's slowing down. Lynn Severson, congratulations. I'm excited to send you that. Lynn's been with us for a long time. It's always nice to give a prize of somebody else's things to a friend. And for your Paper Insider, you've already seen what the kind of cool stuff they've got. Let's see. This has to be in the United States per your Paper Insider. Cindy R., congratulations. We hope you will enjoy shopping, and just let me know. I look forward to hearing from you on the claim prize form on craftroulette.live so we can get this all taken care of. It may not be till Monday, but that way I can get everybody batched at one time and send over to the people to give it to you. So anyway, don't panic if you don't hear from me. So, yep, we always like it, don't we? It's fun to give away other people's stuff. So you see how easy it is to win? All you do, send in that card this week. It's easy. Is she ready? All right, let's bring her back from Tennessee, Nicki Baxley. Well, how's that card going?
It's going well. I'm almost done. Almost done. Just going to put a sentiment on it.
Let's look at it.
I think he's going to go down to your hands. There we go. There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a gold Merry Christmas.
I thought you would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And trying to match the little belt there. And then I cut out an extra one just to give it a little bit of height because we've got these die cuts on the back that kind of lift it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
you got your dude, Santa. Library colors from the Christmas section.
Yes.
You've got a large flower in the background, which is a die.
Yes.
And it's gorgeous. What a great texture. And he's wearing clothes.
And he's wearing clothes. We're going to go with that's our stitches. I attempted to stitch his belt, and I could not get through the cardstock with my little needle. So,
well, I couldn't even find my needle, so we're good. It wasn't our night for stitching, but we'll see what everybody else sends in. I bet we'll see some real stitching.
Yeah, I bet we will too.
Yeah,
I
think you did
the stitching on cards.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think. Did you see some friends here you want to say hi to, or?
Yes, I saw Kathy out there. Oops. I think I saw Tracy.
No, what a time to lose her mouth. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
We'll do a little chair dancing while we're waiting. Oh, he thinks maybe your AirPod may have died. So do you want to switch him out?
Yeah, let's see.
Such a time.
I think I'm using the MacBook Pro.
Test. Nothing yet. Hang on. Well, we're going to work on this just a minute and see if we can get her back up to say goodbye. What a bummer. Luann hears her fine. You can hear her.
I think they can hear. I think ours.
Maybe ours died. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, well, you just say goodbye to everybody, and then we will kiss our brains and say goodbye to everybody else. I'm glad you can hear her. I checked.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much.
It was great having you on. I'm sorry this is happening, but it was great having you on. This is the time that we kiss our brains, but we don't kiss our ear pods because they have let us down. So thank you so much, Nicki. Thank you, Chatterbox. So glad to have you here again tonight. Mr. Producer, nicely done. We'll see you Tuesday on In Review and next week with Karis Young. Thank you, Nicki. Night-night. Stay safe.
Night. Have a good one.